What's up, everybody? This is Disco Demonic Hydroponic. Today I was. So first of all, I don't make a lot of videos as many as I used to anymore because, because of my work, both my full-time job and my job working in magic with clients and everything, as well as like my research. Like just because you reach a certain level or whatever, your research doesn't stop. Like it actually becomes possibly even more intense. Yeah, I'm always studying new stuff still, and hopefully that comes through to those who need to see it whenever I make the videos. So that being said, today what I wanted to do is talk about like love spells, and then what I've seen, or overall just like spells, when people do spells like to bring something good into somebody's life. There is a technique called a honey jar. So the honey jar technique is something that works, but I think what a lot of people don't understand about the honey jar technique is that when we do magic, like I don't know if any of you have ever used like coffee in order to give as an offering to help speed up the process of whatever you want to manifest. So there's like a relation between like things, the way we perceive them and how it works with our intention. So, and that can actually come through without us even realizing that's happening. And so I come to the honey jar. So the honey jar, using the explanation of coffee being like almost the opposite, it would be the honey jar. If you do a honey jar spell, honey is like slow dripping, it moves slowly. It doesn't react fast. So it takes a while for your things your whatever you want to work on to manifest using the honey jar technique. For the most part, of course, nothing is ever set in stone. But I mean, if you do like a love spell with the honey jar, it can take up to like several months or even like a year or over a year to actually see anything starting to come of it. So if you hire someone to do a love spell for you and they use the honey jar technique, be sure to take into account. I don't use the honey jar technique. I'm not trying to explain like why my spells would take a long time or whatever. But what I'm saying is that be aware what technique they're using. If it's like something like a honey jar technique, as far as like how long it's going to take to manifest. Another thing that I wanted to talking about this is going to be like the use of sage to clear out rooms and things like that. So when it comes to sage, white sage is like this whole pagan witch thing that it's supposed to be like it's supposed to like push away bad entities. The thing about sage is it does not get rid of bad entities, quote unquote malicious entities or whatever bad entities. What it actually does, white sage is used by like some Native American cultures. I don't know all of them, so I can't just go on a list of like who all would use it. But it draws in good spirits in order to so like you can work with them to draw in like ancestors or like good spirits that are going to help you work on manifesting what it is you want or need, whether you want it or not, kind of a thing, right? So when they come, what they do is they kind of like scare off all of the negative entities or however that may be. Whether these be shadow people for some people, whether they be whatever for others. Like I'm not going to say demonic entities because demonic entities are really. I'm going to go into that in a second. So. That's what it does. So they kind of push out the negative influences and energies in your life, and some of them are entities or whatever, however they come about. And so whenever they the good entities that you draw force with the sage kind of move on, or like let your life kind of those negative entities come back. You're not clearing the space, like you're not getting rid of them, like they're pushed away from the good energies. And I saw a quote or I saw a video when somebody was talking about this actually, when they were saying that like malicious and or like negative entities to you are kind of like cockroaches. So like, you turn on the light, they're gonna hide, but they're still there, and then whenever like the lights go off, they're just gonna come right back. And that's what's happening. So sage does not get rid of bad entities. That's I see people talking about, it's like this go-to that everybody uses that doesn't work. Like there's other things that do work. Camphor is one of them. Like you can clear out of space completely. And there's other things that you can do in magic. And I'm not going to go into all that because this is not about just that. But I want to people like, do some more research, man, like about like what it is you're doing instead of just listening to somebody who says, oh yeah, sage gets rid of it. It doesn't get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. It just draws forth the good energies. That's what it does. So with all that being said, I just wanted to talk about how, be sure you know what it is that the practitioner that you hire is doing for you, or and it's okay to ask questions, just not like too many questions. Don't try to reverse engineer their shit. Like I think that's kind of shitty, and we can tell when you're doing that. And we just kind of like, I just cut somebody off. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I know you're just trying to like reverse engineer my shit. So basically, there's different kinds of questions that people ask whenever they're asking like legitimately they want help. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to trying to steal your stuff. But that's so okay. So then now I'll go into the part about the demonic entity. So the word demon actually comes from a Greek word, daemon. So daemon are teacher spirits. The thing about Christianity, it has demonized everything, even the word demon. So when we go into other cultures and people are talking to us and they're trying to say like, and it's actually had like a reverse effect, or like not a reverse effect, but it's had like a more widespreading effect. And so when these people from other cultures try to explain their malicious entities with the paradigm that we use in order to construct our realities, for the most part, is a Christian paradigm. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to say, so you understand what they're saying, they're going to use words like demon because that's what the way they see it. They think it's a direct translation. However, it's not. There are malicious entities, but I think for the most part, we need to. There's a lot of malicious entities out there, and they will, destroy you. But these are not demons. Like I get tired of seeing the stigma, honestly, and it's really something that I know a lot of people have spoken about, but I'm just taking it further as well, so everybody who watches my channel can see that, demons. I've seen people on my comments list could challenge all demons or whatever. That's fucking retarded. Demons don't give a shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what I tell people is like, if I was an entity that could travel space, time, and the cosmos, and just I was like all powerful and stuff like that. Would I waste my time on some fucking human? No, I wouldn't waste time on myself. I don't even barely waste time on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like, okay, I kind of misspoke there. As far as like wasting time on myself, like I try to do things that are going to benefit me the most. So that's, you can actually work with daemons in order to help you achieve those things. I get tired of seeing the stigma, man, that demons are this, demons are that. Like people, why are there demons in other cultures if demons are like, helpful or whatever? Well, it's because they're not actually demons, they're malicious spirits. And spirits have personalities. So like if you ever walked into a room and just seen somebody just not like them for whatever reason, spirits are personalities. They have the same thing. For some reason they just don't like you. Or, for whatever reason, and it just, they don't want to work with you, and that happens, like, or they just come at you aggressively, and it could be because they don't want to work with you sometimes if they come at you aggressively, or it could be maybe there's something you need to learn, and that's why they're coming at you that way. That has happened to me several times, so a couple times. So I just kind of wanted to talk on that. I've been seeing a lot of stuff lately, so I thought I'd mention all those things. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, share it with your friends. If you hate it, share it with your enemies. Later.